No, I wouldn't do anything differently. I mean, I did everything I could to make on my end to make the project happen as one of the producers. But in terms of what was the second part of that question?
Just wearing different hats. How was that? Like, what were the greatest challenges as far as not just having to direct, but you were writing, you were acting, you were. Sounds like doing some crew stuff. So how
Yeah,
did you get through that and come out successful?
Yeah. So that's such a tough.
Stay sane.
To stay sane, right? Well, you go mad through it. It's actually a very brutal process, having to do all that. That's why we kind of pieced it together week to week, pre-pro, and then shot it, because we were doing so many different things. But in terms, for me, I love the experience. I'm a very organic person. I tend to like to go through the experience and learn, and I'm a grinder. So for me, it really just comes down, I think the hardest thing for me is to write the story, just to write. I think writing is so underrated. I think writers get such a bad smack in this business, because it really is, in my opinion, the toughest thing to do. And that's my take.
And for me was, I'm really not a grinder, but I learned I had to be, so I'm getting stronger, right, like in the movie. And I would definitely have an awesome line producer for sure for our next film. And it was really challenging to be the lead actress of the movie, since I have to carry the story, and it has to, have the journey and make sense. And sometimes I'm like doing all the other hats, like helping here and there, running, doing everything at the last minute. I have to go there from the camera
Back and go into character, right?
and just do it. Sometimes we have only we do quite a few takes sometimes for some of our actors, trying to give them our best, to
And
get their
sometimes not.
best performance.
Yeah.
And then it will be me, and I have like 3 takes, and I have to nail it. For example, the monologue, the immigration monologue, when I'm confronting my boss at the very end, the long one, we did it in 3 takes, so that was a real challenge, and it was awesome to be able to do it. So I would love to to see how the film does.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah, I think that's the hardest thing is trying to fit everything in schedule. Only 2 people doing everything, and so I really, I mean, I had a very small part. I couldn't remember my lines because I'm directing the cinematographer.
You're in it all the time.
So just the time constraints with only 2 people. I got so much. I learned so much respect for producing, and I think that is. I don't think it's necessarily the hardest work, but it's the most work.
Right.
Yeah.
It provides ease for the
for any
and the actors and the directors.
Oh yeah. So.
and I always had respect for acting, but now I love it. And I had the chance to do that. It was like my graduation training, if you call it that way, and I grew up so much.
Yeah. And what's the sort of your greatest takeaway from this film? Like, what is something that maybe surprised you, or that you came away just something that you'll never never forget? Felt some indelible impression on both of you.
Well, for me, it's just been a journey. You really grow, like you mentioned, wearing all those hats. You really grow in so many ways. It really expands who you are, and then to have to do a lot of things at one time. So it definitely up your skill level. Just in dealing with the people. I mean, dealing with crew compared to dealing with other actors, it's a whole different thing. And then to act for director, and then to direct the actors, and then to be sitting in post, and to use, work with the musicians, to working with the editor. I mean, they're totally different compartments of actually what being a human is in the film industry, and that's one thing I've grown as a person, just having to do that, hands on. Yeah, it's totally worth it. Yeah.
And I'll never forget when we sent for festivals, and with the budget that we had and what we did, I was so thrilled to we have already won award from the Accolade Global Film Competition, and I was also thrilled to be here to each other for this. It looks like we're getting the coolest, best places, festivals to be, and I mean that's like something that like, oh my God, really?
Pinch me.
Yeah. Our dream came true.